Did it say Tim Burton?
This is it. This is Abraham Lincoln,
So
Vampire
tired of
Hunter.
Tim Burton.
Definitely the ultimate tracks here.
We get raw with this. Tour bus packed.
Brought to you by Tim Burton.
Black Elvis
Tim Burton
recorded in
produced.
the 48-track studio, Madison Square Garden sound check. Speak direct. Fans in the upper level, backstage passes, wearing diamonds around my glasses. Leather coat, 30,000
Epic.
from Wilson.
Tim
Calvin
Burton.
Milson, talking to Andrea
Right,
Well with
he's
the chauffeur
skilled at
driving me
wood
around in the
chopping
green.
No
Rolls
shit,
Royce.
he's
He's
just
a vampire hunter.
Oh.
Some would say.
Game, right?
Waiting for Celine Dion to get her nails done.
So
Love
that's it. He's
high-speed
got superpowers.
cameras. Love high-speed
He's got
cameras.
super axe power.
They'll shoot anything with a high-speed
Are
camera
you
now
a
and it'll look
patriot
good,
or
you
a
know?
vampire?
I
That's
hope
a
they
funny
would.
Tagline.
They should
It's-
shoot.
it's
You
great.
guys see that?
What?
The tagline for that movie is, "Are you a patriot or a vampire?"
Because if you don't go
Really
see that
draws the line
movie,
in
you
the
are
sand there, doesn't
definitely
it?
not a patriot.
I'm a vampire.
But now and again, they go to the movies.
I really did like Twilight, you know. Okay, I'm team vampire.
Twilight
Fuck
chapters.
Patriots. I hate Tom Brady.
Awesome.
Mila Jovovich. Who?
Who
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
she was the
Fuck are
one
you
from.
talking about?
Mila
it's the
Jovovich?
Resident Evil trailer.
Yeah, she was in Resident Evil, but she was also in
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element with Sylvester Stallone.
Don't ramble about actresses.
I was just testing. It was actually Bruce Willis, not Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, you'll get IMDb.
The IMDb police are gonna
IMDb
fucking
hunter.
be
People
on
will
you.
Excuse me, it with actually.
People will pick you apart.
Yeah. I
Your
know.
mic is super loud.
Is this one?
Yeah.
Mine.
No, Darcy's.
Darcy's always.
How about
loud.
that? Yeah, I'm just loud in general. I'll turn this down a bit.
Turn yourself down, Darcy.
I can't do it.
Mila
although of
Mila,
people who
what is
are
it? Mila
loud.
Jovovich. Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich. Jovovich.
Jovovich.
She's got an itch.
None of us know how to pronounce.
She's Jovin it.
She's from Bosnia Herzegovina.
Herzegovina. That's cool.
Mila.
So tonight we were finishing these videos. We're gonna start off with a ode to the virgin experience of my own double down pleasure this evening. Me and Mr. Mark Hovey took our
yes
trip into somewhere most people shouldn't go.
KFC double down. The zinger double down.
The
actually.
not just the original double down. This was
Yes.
the zinger. This is the one that draws in the clientele that don't usually
Experience
go
of a
for the regular
lifetime.
double down. You had the zinger in there. Fudge, you had one of these zingers
In
yet?
our pool.
No, and I never will.
Probably shouldn't. It's probably took 2 years off my life, but it was worth it. Every fucking moment. Honestly.
2
Except
years now. No,
Okay.
maybe a few months.
2 months, yeah. 2 months.
2 months.
We should tally the fat count on that thing. and
I
see
bet
how-
you could. Yeah,
You
I
could
guess
easily find that
You could
online.
find that, which is scary. I don't think
kinda
I
wanna
wanna
look.
Yeah, that's scary though. It's like 2 pieces of
Fried
deep
chicken.
fried
I'm
chicken.
I'm slowly starting to feel the
a
pain.
few pieces of bacon, slice of cheese, some mayo.
It was definitely a double down
Is
excursion
each,
though.
is each chicken breast mayoed?
Probably.
Each
Maybe.
side?
No,
Yeah.
no. They just
think so,
mash
yeah.
2 pieces together and then just put like sauce and bacon inside of it.
No,
basically.
I mean,
With
the,
cheese.
the way the
They
sandwich
still
is
produce it. Yeah,
it's
like-
constructed like
yeah, it's
chicken breast,
constructed. Yeah.
mayo, bacon, cheese.
Yeah, and then another,
Chicken
and
breast.
then another
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
chicken
Actually.
breast.
See, like I like vegetables and buns.
Nope,
so,
no
like,
vegetables.
You know, like I can.
I haven't
deal
eaten a
with having
vegetable in
chicken
4
burger.
days, which is probably why my guts hurt so bad. But hey, sometimes you got to do.
Would you
Yeah,
say you
but-
haven't had a vegetable in 4 days?
Yeah. Well, do you count
Good.
tomato on a
No,
burger?
tomato. I think
How are your
tomatoes
rickets doing?
Tomatoes a fruit.
It's the scurvy, man. Too long on the ships. But no, seriously, it's all about the oddball customers in KFC. It's not just like going to
I
get
did
that shit.
actually enjoy it though. I'm
Well,
not gonna
yeah.
lie. I liked the sandwich,
Guilty
and I would
pleasure?
probably have another one,
I'll do it,
but
but
not like tomorrow.
it can't be a regular
or
occurrence.
or
you
maybe
know?
this week.
Maybe
or,
once a
but,
month. I
yeah,
could do a double down,
I would eat another
and
one
then
of
a
those.
double dump of some sort. But
That's what's
Darcy,
sad.
you have the willpower of a fucking kitten. You'll be eating another. You'll be eating double downs in no time.
no,
Is
I
KFC
can't.
still
I can't
open?
afford to eat double downs every day of the week. It's got to be like at least once a month.
That's true. It was like $10 for the
Yeah.
combo,
Which
for
is like,
everything. That's
you
what
know,
for a
they
little
give you, like,
tiny
6
cup
fries.
of fries. Yeah, and,
You're like,
and,
oh,
and a
okay.
pop.
What about for the sandwich by itself? And was the spicy mayo?
Sandwich by itself, I think, was like $6.99 or
And
$5.99.
Did the spicy mayo
$6.99.
increase the price of the double?
Oh,
down?
definitely. If you want
Probably.
Zinger, you're paying another 27 cents.
It's an extra zinger for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You just hope it's not the kid in the front singer.
How about
Yeah.
how about this scenario? You go there and you're like, no, I'll get a regular double down. I brought my own sauce, thanks. I'll save.
I got
the
my own
35
zinger. You're like,
cents."
yeah, you can keep it.
It's more than the sauce. I think the zinger's cheaper.
No, but the
I think the zinger is like a smaller serving.
It's a slightly smaller version or something.
yeah,
or
it's a
spiced or
smaller
whatever.
thing.
But that KFC in there's only 2 in Victoria, and the one that's on Hillside has been there for fucking ever. It's been there since like 85 or whatever they first opened the KFC there.
it's gross.
It's fucking disgusting, man. You
Very
go
gross.
inside and it's like the
There's like a
decor
pool-
is
there's a
absolutely
pool changing
awful.
room.
It's
There's a
it looked
pool
like
changing
the
room. It's
old
all
Bay Rec Center
tiles.
1986.
Yeah.
You know. And then
they
there's the
just
guy
hose
who's
it
like the
down.
chicken cooker, the official chicken cooker, and he's got a fucking like an apron on, but in front of the apron he's got this like disgusting plastic like poncho. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why's this guy got to wear a poncho to put this chicken in? You know?
Oh, he doesn't want to get sprayed by the grease.
hygienic.
As far as
That's disgusting.
as the official chicken cooker, is he given any sort of medals or ribbons to make his position
One would hope.
official?
Yeah. I mean, I saw, he had the apron that was like, I'm the best here. But then he had the plastic front and the plastic gloves. He looked like he
yeah,
was
it's kind of like a bib.
trying to,
Like he
bibify
is
himself.
cleaning up hazardous materials
Yeah.
or frying chicken.
I thought he
He's
should have had
frying
like a
chicken.
face shield or something to keep his eyes from getting
Um,
burned. But he was all right. He does that every day. He knows how to work the chicken. He knows how to do his thing. And the best part is just sitting there because like we had to wait. We waited. We weren't
Yeah, it
like
was about
immediately
well,
you're getting
KFC
served.
is a slow.
And it's it's supposed to be
slow-
service, but it's supposed to be faster,
it's
right?
not really fast food.
So we get in there and we're like, yeah, we want the double down, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, we don't have enough of that chicken on right now. You'll have to wait a little while. And we're like, well, fuck it. We'll wait 10 minutes. I don't care.
he said you
Perfect.
can have
Fresh
2
chicken?
zingers or
Yeah,
one
so-
double
so-
down.
So I'm like, all right, I'll rather have like the fresh chicken. Get it in
Yeah.
there, get Buddy with the bib
Fresh.
on and go make that shit up.
Fresh out of the freezer.
Yeah, we'll snack around and wait for that shit if it's worth it. So I'm like, all right, pay the man some bills, $10 or whatever for the double down combo. We sit down and there's actually like a park bench inside.
Yeah.
So I straight it's like
Yeah.
a fucking park bench
Straight up park bench.
inside. And
Yeah, I bought it on used Victoria for $10.
and I see this lady who comes up after us. She tries to order this like discount bucket, but with all these options and shit. And she's like,
Whoa! There's a discount bucket
Oh,
of
yeah.
chicken there.
There's
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of options at
There's-
KFC.
dude, that's- they're all about the
there's
options
There's a
there.
variety of things you can
Customized.
get in a bucket.
get your chicken anywhere you want.
Yeah.
You know?
It's complicated, and there was a trainee.
long
and
as
it
it's
was,
there, custom
I
way.
mean, I understand what you mean here, but I mean, by like you could put the popcorn.
She was
chicken
looking
in
for
or-
the cheapest chicken,
Oh, really?
and the
Did
guy
she,
was like, "I
did
guess
she
the
flat
dar-
out say
like,
this? Where she's like,
Yeah.
"I like the cheapest menu
Yeah.
item,
Yeah.
please."
Yeah,
And then
You
they'll
gotta,
get
you
this-
gotta respect her honesty there.
yeah.
But then she gets them to cook all these like these legs and
A
stuff.
combination
And
of
then
things. Yeah,
and then the
Still.
guy comes
She's
through
a
and,
savvy chicken
and
orderer.
and she's like, do any of those have bones in them?
getting the most bang for her
And
buck.
he's like, yeah, you ordered like legs and shit. And she's like, oh well, I didn't want anything with legs
yeah,
or with bones in them.
drumsticks.
And so he's like, oh okay. And like
Nothing
the manager,
with legs. You got any
Yeah.
snake I can eat?
the manager's going.
there was
off
no.
about
I don't
it.
think there was a manager.
How many?
Well,
how much
the-
snake
the-
you got on the
the
menu?
teen, the
16-year-old.
21-year-old
Yeah.
teen who's been living a hard life and
Actually,
working the
someone who's
KFC way.
21 actually would not be a teen friend.
I don't think there was
Okay,
a 21-year-old
alright,
there.
sure.
I think they were all
You
teenagers.
don't turn me up a little bit
They
there.
didn't
Yeah. Here we go. How's that?
a little less.
It's better.
Yeah. Is it earphones or is it just mic itself? Like, do you want headphones up a little bit more too?
That's fine.
Okay.
That was good. So like, yeah, now we.
But yeah,
that
so
was
she's arguing about her chicken, and she's pissed off because there's bones in this meat that she's ordered, and well, she should clearly know. But anyways, customer's always right.
yeah.
And
Okay, I think we should move on.
the colonel's sitting there.
beyond
No,
that.
man, we got to talk about the interior of this place. Like, you remember looking?
We
at-
did. It was like a pool. was,
Yeah,
like, tiled.
yeah.
It
But
was like
you
a
remember like the
tiled-
picture of the ominous colonel looking down
Oh,
upon you
yeah,
as you
yeah,
order
yeah.
the chicken.
Well,
and
that's
it's
in
like,
every
state of
KFC.
Kentucky.
yeah, it was. It
A
was
picture
like
of the colonel's in every KFC.
it looked-
this is,
yeah,
this is
but
just
it
standard
totally was
KFC
like-
stuff.
it totally drew back to slavery, man. I swear that whole like he was
That's
just
his
toting-
image, man. That's the way
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been like that for
Come
a while.
on, buddy.
A wealthy slave
As soon as
owner.
you
No.
came in the door.
No.
But you know what? There's
What's
more.
wrong? He's a Southern gentleman.
He's a Southern
He-
gentleman, yeah.
It's
yeah.
nothing
It's
personal.
definitely
He
attributed
just
with
owns
slavery, but
slaves.
he's never owned slaves.
It's nothing
no.
personal.
Yeah.
It's, no,
just-
no. It's
So back to this actual KFC where we got all these things at, right? That was
no
where
fucking
we
enough
were.
with the KFC.
Okay, here's my question.
You're done. No, the double down isn't done. It can't be done that yet.
Oh, okay.
Double down.
I was
Then
done
finish-
pretty
finish
quick.
Oh, were you?
Finish it. I
yeah.
have a follow-up question.
All right. So. Yeah.
What's the follow-up?
So wait, we didn't want to
Why
eat.
don't we
Let
start
him
with a
finish.
We don't want to
follow-up?
eat in there,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So we decide, yeah, we're gonna mob back behind this place and disgustingly put away these 2 double downs. And
They're
as we
so
get into the
good.
car, we sit down. Mark turns on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 101.9. And what do we hear? But like the Cloud Hour, and it's
Yeah.
fucking this lady playing these
Joy
like raga
Cloud.
chants, and it's like,
very
and we're just
peaceful.
like, oh,
It's very
fuck.
peaceful.
Perfect for eating chicken.
Yeah, it was a tranquil chicken moment right there, you know. So I was like, okay,
Enlightening.
you know, the chants are going over. Mark and I had this like religious moment there. Those 2 patties, processed cheddar, bacon, and ignorant bliss, man. Fuck.
Religious
In the
chicken
parking lot of
Yeah.
KFC.
No, yeah, and the euphoria stayed with me like until I reached the final like 2 or 3 bites, and then I was like, my stomach started to cringe, and I was trying to drive myself to finish this burger. You know, I was like fucking double down, split the aces, take those last 2 bites, and yeah, I did double down zinger fucking edition.
It was good.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Okay,
Once
so
a month.
my question here is, it's not even specific to KFC, but fast food in general. Do you think some people would like send a buddy in to order something and then leave before it shows up, so they have like this menu item sitting there, and then they go and be like, "Hey, I'll give you $5 for that bucket of chicken," and they're like, "Well, I can either throw it out or give this stranger the chicken for a cut rate."
How long do they have to keep the chicken? Like, can they keep it overnight or that day's cook, or do the people who
zoned
work
out.
at KFC have to take the chicken with them? You know,
I don't know.
I
Maybe,
zoned
maybe
out.
that's why some people work at KFC specifically to get the old
they're
chicken.
just like, I want that old chicken. They sell it on the market, on
Like
the
at
black
the end
market.
of the day, they just fuck up orders so they have food to take home.
No, they go downtown and they trade it for crack or something.
I don't know. I totally zoned out. I forgot. I didn't hear the
I
question.
don't think crack
stared at the
dealers are
floor,
that
totally
hurting for
zoned
money
out.
that they're going to trade you KFC for drugs they can sell.
But
for
what if
money.
they got-
This is a
What
crack
if they
dealer
go-
trading.
What if they got
trading
like
cra-
the Colonel's extra tasty crispy
the
every day of
the
the
drug
week?
game doesn't operate on a food-based barter system.
It should
Darcy.
be
I have to
based
stop
purely
getting so
upon
high
different
for
types
these
of KFC
things.
chicken. Like, you know, if you're buying
Dude, there
like
is no
an ounce,
there,
then you're getting
there
that's
are no
like
street
that's like a
rates for
12
KFC
bucket
drug
and-
exchanges. Let's move on.
Well, there should be. I'm just saying it would be very.
there
It would be
shouldn't.
humorous.
What
Sure,
kind of
sure. Not
fucking-
in reality.
What kind of
it would be great.
shitty ass crack dealer is going to be like, hey, you know what? I am going to give you some crack for KFC.
Dude, that would be like a KFC riddled crack man.
Well, I mean, maybe the cashier would want some crack.
Yeah.
Then it would work, right?
exactly. That's the trade.
This is so stupid.
Next topic.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We're gonna talk about this operation.
caller.
Next caller.
Next caller. Who you at?
Who is it?
It's Gina.
We should do
We should do next caller.
calls and stuff. Those are funny. Those are hard to set up though, probably.
Calls easy, man. All you gotta do, you gotta make the fucking phone call ring. Just gotta make sure
Sound
someone's
good.
on
do
the
it
other
on
line.
like speakerphone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, we could do that.
Or you just do it through your iPhone on Skype
Yeah.
or on Skype.
I could just
Right.
do it in front of a mic. Basically, take the mic we have reclined, put it in front of the phone.
Yeah, so what KFC? That was funny, but
No,
it was
no,
alright.
no. We
How
were,
long was that?
you hear that? That was
I did. I heard that. I saw you like hit something.
I was just we're gonna talk about actually Operation Cold Front. That was on the next
well,
topic.
if we want, like, we don't. These are just ideas. We could talk about how you'd want to invade Alaska. What do you think your best?
What would the strategy be?
Yeah, the best strategy.
It'd have to be like passive non-resistance kind of thing where you would explain to them the benefits of being Canadian, you know, and somehow you'd have to give something to the states though. We'd have
Yeah.
to make some sort of concession. So if we
Well,
how would we give them like an eastern
We get them
Canadian island or something over there?
healthcare. And
No, we'll take Alaska and then we'll give them like a part of the
They
East
already
Coast.
have part of the East Coast.
Yeah, somewhere like down south of Halifax down
You
there.
obviously don't know fuck all about diplomacy.
I don't think that's
do
gonna
you?
work. I don't think that's gonna work. We'd have to convince them to want to come to Canada.
Oh yeah,
that would
no,
be the
it'd be the
idea.
promise of
We'd have
like,
to have them like
you know-
rebel and like separate. We'd have to convince
we
Alaska
we'd
to
have
separate.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you want
it
to
would- it
force
would-
revolution from inside the country itself?
Well, just offer them a bunch of tantalizing things. Say like, if you came to Canada, you'd have
We
this
got
and
weed,
this and this.
man.
Yeah, you'd have
Yeah,
like
that's
a like looser line on dope. You'd have the healthcare. You'd have I don't know
Yeah,
a
there
little
would be
bit
a
more
lot of benefits.
taxes, I suppose, which would be a bit. There'd be negative things.
Well, it's funny how that like Russia was the Russians found that place in what 1674. I mean,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Then,
No, I'm
I have
gonna,
no
I'm gonna
idea.
double check that.
but who cares?
1648.
They bought it off
1648
Russia,
is
right?
actually when it happened. The first Europeans came to Alaska, and then it was purchased by the states from them in 1867 for fucking
1867.
yeah for
Two-
next to
2
nothing.
Isn't
years
that
after
like-
the Civil War?
Isn't
Yeah.
That's when Canada was created, isn't it? Isn't it 1860 or is it 1877? I think
Jeez,
it's like
Canada's what?
It's gotta be
1867.
way earlier
See,
than that,
that's
'cause
like
Canada
We're 125,
was a British
100.
colony during the. I don't know. Who the fuck cares?
1867, I think. That's our birthday.
No, we're just trying to discuss that there was a
Because then
purchase point.
1967 was a
Were we
centennial.
here for July 1st last year?
1867, yeah. So that was
Uh,
so they bought it the same
I don't
fucking
know.
year we became a country. Those bastards.
Yep, pretty much. They knew that they had to seize it up while they could.
Huh.
And there was no
We probably
there was
didn't
no
have a
plan
whole
for
lot of
Canada
money.
to do that. We were still trying to build the railroad
Yeah.
out to Vancouver
Right.
and actually to get people out to Victoria, to the fucking
Fuck.
Empress, and to our
Canada
Parliament.
fucked that up. Canada fucked that up.
Yeah, well, we did. There's got to be a way to
But
infiltrate
see, I don't think
back
the States
though, right?
really cares about Alaska, except for all the valuable resources that they have.
People love
There's-
Deadliest Catch.
There's lots of oil up there. They
Yeah,
have a lot
there's-
of cruises that
There's
go up
lots of
there.
resources up there.
Yeah, there's I mean, we spend our money in NORAD. If we could take our money out of something like NORAD and go towards getting our fucking ways involved in Alaska, I think that'd be way better.
Isn't NORAD like the nuclear missile defense?
North American Raid Assistance Defense or something.
Are you talking about like the DEW line shit in
NORAD.
terms
No,
of
it's-
like
it's
the
basically
financial
like-
commitment?
Monitoring North America, but between us and the States, we pay into this program
North
where we
American
buy all
radar.
these
You
fighter
mean
jets.
don't
that
you
were
mean
made
NAFTA?
No,
No,
not-
that's
the
right.
North
Yeah, it's like a
American Free
defense
Trade
system.
Agreement. This is just purely like a military strategic defense.
Yeah, it's like from the Cold
And-
War or something,
yeah.
isn't it?
So, yeah, something like that. But basically, for Canada, as it's justifying to try and maintain its borders, a lot of the stuff in the north, the Arctic as well, they need to have these special new F-17s or whatever they're making in the States
Yeah.
for Boeing. And
yeah. That's what my
And
dad used to fucking
We
do.
still have
And
them
we're
to this
no, we're
day.
My
on the
dad was
hook.
a part of NORAD.
and the cost of these fucking aircraft just continues to go up. They haven't even put them in production yet because they have
Oh, yeah.
like the prototype model that the States are building and
Wait,
buying.
you're talking about the
100
F-22 Raptor?
of. No, it's like a new F-17 or something.
Okay, they're making
F-94.
F-22s now. Or are you talking about in the Cold War when
don't know.
this was?
No.
No,
This
no,
is
this
like
isn't
current day. That's like this
now.
is the new hybrid.
Are you talking
military
about like
aircraft.
the joint task force fighter, the stealth
No.
fighter?
It's Great Britain, it's U.S. and it's Canada. And I know they're like committed to buying a certain amount from the States right now, and it's a hugely fucking
Sweet.
corrupt scheme. But we're on the hook for like 100 in Canada or something. The States are getting 150, or no, sorry, we're getting.
I'm not too sure what
in the
this has to
60s.
do with trying to take Alaska. But
Yeah,
plan
no.
is
We
simple.
gotta pull
we
out
go
of that
in, we
shit.
march in
Pull out of that shit. Put our focus into something
with
else.
a whole bunch of dope.
Think of all that money, though, right?
Like,
Think of all that
We
money we're
sneak in
spending on that.
fishing boats
Sneak in on
and
fishing boats.
infiltrate
Yeah,
into the
with
country.
tons
Yeah.
and tons of weed, like so much weed.
We'll just get them really
Yeah.
high.
and we start buying property.
We
get
just start
rich
burning
and
the
buy
weed on the
property
boats
there.
and we fan it
Well,
into the
I see.
cities.
We gotta get there internally, and we gotta start
We got to get there internally,
spreading
and
the
infiltrate
message
and start
and the good BC
Yeah.
bud.
Operation Cream Pie Alaska.
yeah. Operation Come On Over.
We have to come inside Alaska
Indeed.
and impregnate them with our philosophies and mentalities.
Exactly.
Perfect.
That would be. It would take about 10 years, 15 maybe. It's a long
To
term.
get
I mean,
embedded?
these things don't happen
to
right
get
away.
ourselves embedded in the community.
We're not just gonna like get Alaska. It's not just like, oh yeah, okay.
Well, it's got to be a conceited effort.
Yeah, you realize that
need,
the
like,
states went to
sound
war
effects.
last time people tried, or
That's-
states
that's
tried
what
to
we're
secede,
like,
right?
What's that?
You
Sorry.
realize that the states went to fucking war the last time a state tried to secede, right?
Yeah.
And then at that
is
point-
is that what happened?
Yeah, like the
Yeah. No, I know they definitely get military involved. It would be it'd probably be bad.
Were you saying you wanted to give them the access to vote on Canadian issues and stuff before
Yeah,
they even
yeah,
join?
yeah.
Which would be for a lot of concessions, but hey, you got Alaska.
I don't know about vote on issues before, but like
the
yeah.
five-party system.
I was
they get
trying to
choose
say like
between
you try and
five
make it
groups,
seem
not
like
just
5 is
two.
better than 2. Yeah, because they're Americans, right? So
Yeah.
kind of like it's like candy. Now you have 5 choices.
well, Democrat, Republican, it's pretty much all the same. It's just one.
yeah, I know.
One likes
it is,
abortion
it is,
and one
it is.
doesn't.
But like it could just seem better, you know. Convince more people. Like there's Democrat, Republican, and so and so. But they actually have independent though as well.
Yeah, but they're just never funded well enough.
So, have you guys seen the new Photoshop of our good friend Mr. Matty Reed?
Yeah, it's disturbing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think he's called the Kings in 6, which is interesting. I've given that to him as his team. But
And it seems to be not the worst call to make.
right now it's not bad. It's gonna be all you Canucks fans out there. I know you guys are you're all kind of reeling a little bit, trying to see what's going on. Is our team gonna pick it up and put out a game tomorrow with Schneider behind the pipes, and it's gonna be a good one.
Tomorrow not being tomorrow.
I can't get herpes if
case
I
you're
put this
confused.
mic on my lips.
Tomorrow
can
actually
I?
being a Sunday, which is
Tomorrow being whenever day you
Like,
listen to this.
Can you
which
guys
is probably
guarantee?
not going
Can
to
you
be
guys
tomorrow.
Game
guarantee me
3.
fully that I won't get herpes by putting my mouth on these mics?
Guarantee?
Yeah.
No, I suppose not.
Okay, I won't do that anymore. Then.
no, nothing's full guarantee.
I can give you some isopropanol and then it'd be guaranteed.
Yeah, there you go. Kill the germs, kill the dread.
Although it has not been proven that herpes can travel on inanimate objects, has it?
I don't know. It would probably be dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be a dead herpes cell.
Oh, we might as well take a risk and keep putting my mouth on the microphone.
Like
Just don't lick it.
these sit in a drawer. I don't know. Definitely people
Yeah.
use them.
Yeah, there you
The Kerplunks used them today.
Oh no, oh no, kids
Chilled,
groups.
yeah, kids group.
There's definitely herpes there.
Yeah.
Kids?
It was probably herpes.
Yeah,
Eh,
no, no,
kids
no,
don't
no,
have
they're
herpes
ki- they're
unless their
No, no,
mothers.
no. The performers,
Performers
for
for
kids,
kids,
group.
like a
Unless
kids
they're,
group.
yeah, I was gonna say, unless their mother is a fucking whore.
I think we need a new topic.
Carry on, carry on. We're moving. We're moving.
Everybody
on.
loves.
Everybody
topic
loves
of
the herpes face talk
Yeah,
and
for sure.
the. That's awesome. I
West
like
Coast
that.
High Life, getting down and dirty,
We
talking
we,
about what matters.
But Fudge is gonna
Herpes.
clean his mic with an
with
eraser.
an eraser, eh? That's gonna
This
work.
doesn't have any isopropanol on it.
No.
It has isopropanol properties of erasing.
Yeah, you just erase the herpes off of it.
What other topics do we have? What other ideas? Anything else we're banging around?
Let me.
Got nothing really going.
Went to a party last night.
Yeah, that was
You guys both
interesting.
went to the same party, didn't you?
That was actually rather humorous. It's
I like how white
spring
people
party.
think that whenever you have like a hip hop or like a gangster party, it just means wear bandanas, basketball jerseys, and write mustaches on your face, and then
Bling
act,
too.
and then act subtly racist all night.
But what was like the theme for the party? What was it? What was it supposed to be?
90s hip hop.
90s hip hop.
Springing back to the hip hop.
You
So
could have done
last
like
track I played the
jumpsuits.
night
You could have done
when I
jumpsuits
took him
like
to the hip-hop
fucking Beastie
parade.
Boys. That would have been a sweet
I,
one. Weren't they in the 90s still?
Yeah, they were.
Beastie Boys definitely.
Intergalactic. that in the
Yeah, that
90s
was
or
like
is that
that was, no,
2000s?
that was like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, man. You would have you could have done like the
Um,
jumpsuits or
Check
like
Your
the,
Head and
with
Ill
the,
Communication. Those
That's
are
it's a lot of work
with
to
the
go
bright
Those are
bright
90s
jumpsuits
ones.
that they had with the reflective thing. You know, the visors. Reflective. The
Oh
Beastie
yeah,
Boys
oh
video.
yeah.
That would have been a good.
That was like
costume.
a jumpsuit, totally yellow jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those would be kind of sweet to party in at like a Shambhala or something.
Or the fucking Sabotage. That was 90s, wasn't it? Or was that
Y'all?
80s? Was that 80s? That
Oh,
was
no.
90s.
That was 90s for
That would
sure.
have been perfect.
But no, we were trying to figure out like what tracks we'd bring because we were at my house trying to collect some music together, and I had my case of all my like old school CDs I bought. And Fudge immediately reminds me, he's like, "Yeah, you bring those, you'll probably scratch them or never see them again." So I was like, "Yeah, fair enough.
Forget about
Go
them because you
go,
have to have a
go
bunch
Bobby Digital."
You were
After you have
actually
a bunch
thinking
of
about bringing CDs
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
to a party?
Yeah.
CDs. Really?
Who does that?
I know.
Either bring a
Like-
USB stick
Yeah,
or get the
yeah,
fuck out of here,
exactly.
bro.
Bring a
Oh.
stick or put it on your iPhone.
Sorry,
Come
boys.
on,
That's,
man.
a good thing Kobe's got a
Hey,
smoke
anybody
break.
got a laser they can shoot at this CD that's rotating at a high revolution per minute so they can get some sounds out of this inanimate object?
Yeah, buddy. All I got to do is,
Excuse
give him
me,
that
where's your
game
CD
doctor.
player?
You guys ever see that thing they sold at like EB Games? It was remember our boss Mike had it at one point.
What was
and
it called?
It was called the Game Doctor. or
Oh,
the
yeah,
Game
yeah. We
VR.
still have that, I think. The
And you could-
cleaner, right?
Yeah,
thing,
basically
yeah.
like would
Looked
buff
pretty intense,
CDs.
yeah. Never used that thing.
I tried using it
Looked
once.
kind
and
of
I-
crazy. It looked like
No.
a vacuum.
No, I tried using it once and I didn't. I guess I didn't put the fluid in or something, and I totally fucked up a couple of CDs before I figured it out. Well, I fucked up one, and then
Nice.
the second one I was like, wait a minute, yeah, okay. Learn once, fail me wrong. Learn twice, there you go.
Apparently you failed twice, though.
But maybe I did.
So then you didn't learn from your mistake
But I
the first time. You had to make it again.
I had to make it fully, and then understand where I'd wronged my own person there.
We should have a Game of Thrones update. You guys
Ooh.
liking the series so far? The
Fucking
second
love it,
series,
man.
that is.
Season 2?
Has there been enough tits for you? Yeah, she hasn't been riding bare-breasted yet.
No,
I haven't seen
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Yeah.
Now, have you been? You've read all the
She's
books,
not
right?
in Korth yet, though.
Mm.
That's when she goes
Korth?
topless. Yeah, I've read all the books up to
So,
Dance of Dragons.
how close do they follow the series? Like, or does the series follow the books as they end? Like
I
the
don't know.
first
There's a
book is the
little bit
first
of like
season kind of stuff.
there's a little bit of give and
overlap.
take.
Right.
From what I could tell, the first season was pretty much the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
As
like
far
the
as-
start of the second or the end of the first season, like parts of it, like
Yeah, there's
Arya
probably,
Arya doesn't leave
That's
King's
right.
Landing
That's
till the
right.
second
That's
book.
right.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember the second book. I mean, after you read 6 of those books, like the events that take place become kind of muddled because there's just so much content.
That's good though, so it'll surprise you again.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
was thinking about starting the second book, but I'm kind of hesitant now that the season is kind of coming out.
So
I almost want to watch one first or read the book first and then watch the season. Like I don't know.
I was like reading
Yeah.
the book because you get all of the information,
yeah, just not the selected.
and you can kind of tell like how good the show is because like there's subtext, and like if it's done well, you can kind of allude to parts of the story that they don't have to show because it takes up too much time.
Right.
Totally.
That's
And-
true.
and
There was
that-
a lot of that.
And
yeah.
also, like, if there's so much, there's only so much you can cram into a series, right? So
Yeah,
or
that's
into
always
a
the way
show,
you
right?
can.
So there's always like little encounters or battles or there's stuff that either the show can't cover because it doesn't have the time or it doesn't have, well, I guess not in this case the budget, but
It's doing a pretty good job though of following the viewpoints and the vantages,
one
like the
one book-
ideas of the book.
one book I always wanted to see converted into a movie modernly was Shogun. They did like a TV series of that in the
Yeah, yeah.
70s, but I think like
NBC did it.
especially after Last
haven't heard
Samurai was made, I thought like Shogun would definitely be doable because it's
Yeah.
got such a good story to it.
Yeah, it was. I just finally finished that book. It took me forever, but I'm really glad I stuck it out because it was good, man. I really appreciated a lot of the parts and the sacrifices that you see Blackthorn have to do at the end. He realized that like he can't leave Japan. He's got to stay there. He's got to be. He's
No,
just
he
too.
didn't, he didn't realize that Toranaga.
But he knew already. It's funny how they make you think that there's all these other factions trying to keep him there and sabotage the boat and all that, when it's actually he who deemed him Hatamoto.
Yeah, he's too valuable to leave.
Yeah. So I really respect the Bushido Code. That was really cool. That was one of the my favorite classes I ever took at university was all in medieval Japan.
Shit
And,
fucking drives me nuts when you see North American dudes of any and all races other than Asian that just go fucking nuts for Japanese stuff. Like
No, it was
own replica samurai swords, like date Asian girls exclusively.
But you need to have
own a
that for
kimono,
a samurai
eat
attack.
unnecessary shit with chopsticks, and then like they try and like pull all that pull out that bushido shit, and it's like, dude, like you work at Thrifties, like get a grip.
Easy does it. The
Yeah.
Bushido way.
Yeah.
It's,
The way of
still,
the-
it's
way
the
of the warrior,
modern
actually.
Bushido.
No, but what's fucked up is in Japan, what actually happened there was a general who basically utilized the Jesuits and the missionaries there to get gunpowder in and create musket regiments, which is what Shogun speaks to a lot about.
Yeah, you're talking
And
about the
that's
book, not real life.
No, actually, this happened in real life. Oda Nobunaga was the fucking head of this. This is what I studied at fucking school, man. So if you want to hate on the
You took-
Bushido
you
and on
took,
that, even on that
Asian
homie
history?
who worked at Thrifties, you got to let a man embrace the Bushido, however it is, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't really embrace that unless you're actually living it.
A samurai. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That's like to say that you can't embrace anything that you don't actually experience, right?
What? Yeah, you could say that.
Not at all. But you're like trying to embrace an ideology that functions mostly on like ideals or principles based on like combat.
Combat. It's a way of living your life. Yes, combat is a part of it. Totally, the code speaks to that. But like, I'm not an expert on the code of Bushido, obviously, but I like to feel that I have the ability to appreciate what it is and for what it is.
What is the Bushido code?
Bushido
In a-
code
in
is
a
basically
nutshell?
like
Is it like chivalry?
It's
yeah,
just like the tenet samurai.
Is it like the the way of
how
the
you
sword?
live the way you live your life, to whether or not it be committing seppuku, to understanding
Is that where you
your
self
role as a vassal to
self-suicide
your
or
Yeah,
lord.
it's when you
suicide?
like cut your stomach
yourself,
and then someone
yeah.
cuts your head off.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know
Your
what the
second-
head chop
He's
is.
the
That's
Yeah.
the final.
Women, it was
To
different.
ease the
Women were
pain.
actually samurai. Women were given the title of samurai, which is why Japan was a very sort of equal society in a lot of ways.
No, it wasn't. Women were completely subservient to men.
Were they
I'm
samurai?
just saying they were allowed to be samurai. So
Yeah,
like
I
they
mean,
were
it's-
respected
it's,
as
they
it's
were allowed
lords,
just like
right?
nobility, though.
die
it's
for
not
their
like
country.
Yeah, well,
Samurai were just soldiers, right?
were there? Do you think there were not any female samurai warriors in Japan, in
There
ancient Japan?
probably were, yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be?
I think
If they were
would.
allowed to join.
I don't know. They just had a really strict.
But it
rule.
just seems
was-
they'd be pure nobility and not wouldn't have it be able to use the sword. That's kind of what.
I don't know, maybe, but I think by and far men wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. Well, you don't want your wife to be able to kill you, I suppose. But she's also defending your household, so
It's just a power thing.
yeah.
Female samurai.
No,
Not
there
that I
haven't.
can
There's
think
been
Memoirs
like
of a
anime
geisha.
kind of stuff. Yeah, well, geishas for sure.
I don't think I've seen that.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Wasn't that Bill
Eastbound
Murray
and
movie
Down?
Lost in Translation about samurais?
Mostly.
Yeah,
And Scotch.
I thought so.
and Scarlett
Scotch.
Johansson.
Scotch. Is that the girl who's in that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was her
Mm.
breakout movie, I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that was a fucking great film, man. Maybe I really want to go to Japan. And even if that makes me the white suburban boy who has a fascination with an ancient culture and society, then
I don't think you get that title until you start wearing kimonos around the house as you're you're comfortable wear and you own replica samurai swords. I think those are prerequisites.
That'd be
Yeah,
kind of
with those-
badass.
with
though.
those
You're saying
goofy
you wouldn't,
sandals,
you wouldn't
too.
want to own some sort of communal kimono that you could just fucking roll around in your fucking.
I own a robe
Own
that I'm
shop
happy
in?
with. It's made of flannel.
Yeah, fair enough. To each his own. To each his own. I kind of like the kurta khadi fucking pajama the Indians have. Those are amazing. They're the most comfortable, chillin' pajama you ever want to own.
Ever.
If you got a soccer Saturday or
But
Sunday,
they're probably not warm.
they are actually. They're I mean, you're not gonna go out and
Yeah,
fucking
like you
cold
need to
in
be,
them, but
it's like a.
if it's warm out, they'll be cool. If it's
Mm.
cool out, they'll be warm. It's straight up, man. It's like
You said that with such determination.
it's like generic.
if it's warm out, you'll be cool.
it's like
if it's cool
it's
out,
like chip and pepper
you'll be
wetwear. Did you guys ever
Cool,
have any of
bro.
those shirts?
guaranteed.
Cool,
you, you should try and sell these on
Did you ever have a
should
chip
try
and pepper
and-
wetwear T-shirt?
try
I
and
did.
make
Those were dope.
foreign fashion popular here.
Foreign fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the fashion in Victoria is very hipster in a lot of ways. There's a lot of hipsters
There's not
here.
really a whole lot of fashion here. Yeah.
Uh,
Hipsters,
yeah,
definitely a lot
yeah.
of hipsters.
It's like the boutique crowd in a lot of ways. And I'm like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
come on now. Come on now. You don't need that. As long as you're ready for a zombie apocalypse, then shit, man. That's why I own myself a
that's
samurai
just
sword.
what's
I can
cool
slay
now.
at least
It's
3 of
like
them
the-
before the thing's gonna
The
break.
hipster thing.
I don't got a master craftsman to make my sword, but shit,
What?
if I did.
Mastercraft.
I was talking about zombie apocalypse. If we have only one
Zombie
samurai
fucking
sword that's like a
apocalypse.
replica, apparently you can only get like 3 strikes out of that thing, right?
Like a fake
I
samurai
don't
sword?
know. I've never swung
Probably.
a fake sword around because
No, me neither.
Because
But
that'd be stupid.
I don't think they're very
yeah,
strong.
I don't know. Like it would be fun,
think
but
they're
I
tough.
would probably cut myself with it.
Knives usually break and shit too.
Yeah,
Bones are surprisingly strong. That's the problem.
yeah.
All
well,
it's not that the
all
metal's
my
weak,
knives
it's like
break when I
bones are
jam them deep
tough.
inside someone's body.
But all
they
you gotta
usually
do is
break
cut off their
or they
head
usually
and
break
destroy the
off
brain.
and cut and shatter.
Right.
Not surprised they're not that.
So what are they gonna do
They're
with
not endless.
with Walking Dead next season?
Oh god.
Did you see those
I think
don't know,
they'll
read the
probably have
book.
more zombies.
Well, I'd hope so. The hunter, the
They're
fucking
never gonna end.
the zombie hunter. Yeah, that's something like Lost. You could just keep that shit going.
No, I think
for-
after season 4, the zombies will just be like, you know what? I just want to play some tennis.
Hey guys, you guys want to play tennis? Does everyone want to play tennis? Can we all just get along?
That's how it
here?
ends. It's just
Can't
like
we
the sheriff
all
guy and
Can
just
we
his,
all
play
just get
some
the
along?
sheriff guy and his
tennis?
son play a doubles match against 2 zombies.
There's, I can't believe how popular Walking Dead is.
It is. It's the new.
There's a
zombie
show
phenom.
There's a show after Walking Dead that talks about Walking Dead,
Talking
like a
Dead.
half-hour special about the episode you just watched.
Talking Dead.
That's ridiculous.
It's the new 300. Brought to you in high definition.
There's also this new show about people that just hang out at graveyards called Stalking Dead.
Stalking Dead.
Yeah, they just,
Really?
They
And
just,
they wait for
they
it?
just
They're
stalk-
waiting for a zombie apocalypse, really?
Yeah, no, they just hang out by their relative's gravestone and wait for it to come back to life.
That'd be pretty funny. That's like that could be a movie.
There's also another spin-off called Rocking Dead, where the ghost of Bret Michaels dates other ghosts to find his match of love.
Bret
How does
Michaels
that
still
go?
around?
So like
Still
a
here?
ghost dating service.
Yeah, it's on a ghost tour bus, and whichever one gives him head first will probably win. Ghost head, that is.
Find your what would be a good
Ghostly
ghost,
head.
ghost dating service?
If you, yeah, what if a
Find your
ghost
match.
gives you head and you come, do you obviously you could come right through the ghost, right?
Hmm.
We couldn't even feel
Science
it though.
tells us so.
Like what's the
Well, no, they're made of ectoplasm if we're to believe Ghostbusters
ectoplasm? Okay,
lore.
yeah.
So it would just be absorbed into their ectoplasm.
It'd
Right.
probably be pretty awesome to stick it in ectoplasm.
But they can go through walls and stuff. So
Yeah,
this
see,
ectoplasm is like,
yeah,
what is
see that's the thing
ectoplasm?
because if Slime's Bill Murray and he gets slime all over his face,
yeah,
wouldn't there
that's
hypothetically be
right.
slime on like a doorway that he just rocked through, or maybe it responds differently to human flesh?
I don't know.
The whole name Slimer takes on a completely different meaning after you've masturbated for the third time.
Slimer.
In a row,
You're just like, oh,
you're
gross.
like, oh god,
Now I'm Slimer.
And it's green.
Slimer. Green? What?
Well, Slimer was green.
Oh yeah. Ding.
Dong.
Here's a song.
Both Smurfs. Do you guys see that movie?
Hell's no.
Smurfs?
I don't watch that kind of shit.
I didn't see it. Figured one
Yeah,
of
you
us
Is
did.
there
might
like
have.
a,
Nope.
is there like another
Smurfs in
meaning
New York,
for
though.
Smurf?
I know what it's called.
Is there like some sort of weird fetish meaning for Smurf?
I don't know.
I
might.
I kind of have for some reason I think smurfing is an actual thing.
Smurfing? Should we?
Smurfing. Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, Google it.
I'm kind of
A
interested.
Smurf. It's probably some derogatory term.
It's just like a shittier version of planking.
Oh God, planking. What is up with planking?
I don't know.
What do you guys think about planking?
I don't know. I don't hate
Yeah.
it, but it's not.
No, I don't hate it. It's just
The whole
weird.
memeing fad
Yeah,
is interesting.
Memeing, I
I
suppose.
mean, so basically, meming's just doing an action and taking a picture of it, posting it. Is that right?
Meming's just anything popular.
It's a trend,
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
trend.
an internet trend, I suppose.
Smurfing is a term
a
that
fad.
originated with the vernacular used by the fictional characters known as the Smurfs. Oh, wow, really? Well, speaking. Oh, good. Smurfs tend to replace
Dying
a
something
verb
blue.
with. Oh, smurfing just means changing how you speak a little bit. So, if you're inadvertently dyeing something blue,
How do you inadvertently dye something blue?
Smurfette.
Like,
Smurf. Oh no,
yeah,
smurfing is
you
a term
know,
used to
I
describe
was-
inadvertently
I
dyeing
was
something.
washing my car and
I smurfed
then
it.
my hair turned blue.
Or you,
I
you
was-
leave a marker in the wash machine.
I was
and you
making
smurfed
love
it.
to my girlfriend and I turned blue. I was washing the dishes and I inadvertently turned blue.
Smurfing.
I was
Smurfing.
choking
Smurfing should be
myself
like
while masturbating,
Smurfing-
and for some reason I turned blue.
Smurfing should be going to Vegas and
R.I.P.
looking
David
for
Carradine.
a prostitute who has dyed her skin blue. That would be smurfing.
I bet there's a market for that in Vegas. I bet
Definitely
there's a
is.
girl who will do that.
There's probably 5. There's probably at least 5 Smurfettes in Las Vegas at any given time.
Probably.
I would say almost definitely.
They're top shelf though.
Yeah, they're
paid
probably
top dollar
expensive.
for those ones.
I bet you
Yeah.
could find that like an internet forum.
It's in
that
a
would have
that's in
all
a
kinds of
book I
shit
was
on it.
reading actually that I think Tom Moore.
There's internet forums for all kinds of dark shit now.
Yeah. Well, internet is the medium for everything. Someone was saying that they're trying to like come up with this new ending for porn sites now. It's like .xxx or something or no.
Ooh.
But
A new domain thing.
No, but yeah, that's maybe it's used to saying
I
this.
don't even know
Nobody
how
wants
that
to
works.
fucking have that come up on their browser like
Right.
.xxx or whatever you
Yeah,
the
there's
.coms you
absolutely
can get
no
away with.
explaining that, like,
Yeah.
or no covering for that. Like,
Right,
if you're typing
right.
in .xxx, you're going to shoot a load. Like,
Yeah.
like even though it's never, even though you can never be like, I just typed in Pornhub as a mistake,
Yeah.
and it
Well,
went there.
why do they have to make it XXX? Why can't it just be like
I don't know. They're just like
NIB.
so it would free up more
Like
.com
dot nib?
names for people, because porn has just so many
Yeah,
names.
because you know what? I really wanted to call my blog fuckfacescunt.com. And I couldn't
ruining it.
because
Now it's-
it's
now it's
taken that domain name is taken up.
Yeah, I know. There's no luck this year.
Darn. You have to
Per-
spell it.
perhaps
You
with
have
the
to
new
spell it
XXX
differently.
endings.
Yeah.
Like
Once
a
I had an
KFC
ice cream
bag.
sundae for breakfast when I was like
That sounds
9.
good
It
though.
was pimp.
Desserts okay
Desserts
for breakfast.
Brownie, ice cream, some almonds. Yes.
Chocolate. Yeah, like
Nice.
desserts
Yes.
alright, but like
Stephen Brody. Stevens. Yes. Positive energy. Enjoy it. Yes.
who's that?
It's a comedian.
That's that Really?
Yeah, I love Brody Stevens. I really like rugby, but you can't beat football for the impact collisions.
Yeah.
There's nothing better
No,
than seeing
football's way
Well, aren't
way
there
more.
more
a safety
injuries in football than any other
come down
pro
low
sport?
and hammer a tight end coming across the middle.
I'm trying to think.
I'm excited for the draft coming up in 11 days.
NFL draft.
Yeah,
How many players go in? How many rounds?
there's 7 rounds, 32 teams.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I get just as excited for the draft as I do for like opening day. It's one of my favorite things in sports for some reason.
The draft is a big thing in NFL, almost more than a lot of other sports. I mean, I guess it's big in every
It gets
sport.
so much fanfare. Like they put it. It's like
Yeah.
a 3-hour event on major network television now.
3
believe that.
hours.
And the thing
America
that
loves their
yeah, the
football.
thing
They do.
that's so shitty about it when you watch though, and I do every year, and I will continue to do it probably for the rest of my life, is that like sometimes teams they're given like 8 to 10 minutes to pick. I'm not sure exactly
Right.
what.
Right.
And sometimes they take the whole time, and it's just like a bunch of talking heads being like, "Oh, I wonder if they'll take this guy. He would be good, or they could take this guy, or this guy," and they come up with a million different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they just pick.
They pick someone else, or they pick the guy they thought they'd pick like the first place.
wow, what a surprise.
This guy will make them better in this many different ways.
Right. Such a good decision.
But I'm still just a huge sucker for it. I love NFL offseason.
Who are you picking to go first overall?
It's a lock, and Andrew Luck is going to go first overall to the Colts.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
The Colts is what position is he?
Quarterback,
Running?
yeah.
I thought. So, oh, right. They just lost Peyton
Yeah,
Manning.
Peyton
right?
Manning's
So,
down with Denver.
why did they get first pick in the draft?
Because
Did
they finished the worst. I think they only
Oh, they
won
only-
one game.
Wow.
1 or 2 games. Yeah, they stunk.
Because Peyton Manning was injured.
Yeah, no Peyton Manning,
I
no
bet that
Indianapolis
owner is
Colts.
just pissed, hey?
Yeah,
He's like, I lose him for the season. I get one win out of the season, and then he fucking asked for a trade.
well, no, they released him because they didn't want to pay him a $28 million bonus on the offseason, and they had their first overall pick. So like, we're just gonna start over again with this Luck guy, and
Yeah.
you know, good luck to Manning down the road, and hopefully he doesn't.
He went to Denver,
He
right?
doesn't beat them in the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Broncos all of a sudden became way better.
Yeah. What division are they in?
AFC West.
And John Elway was involved in that too. Hey, he
Yeah,
got,
always I think he's the president of football operations now, so he was doing like most of the recruiting on Luck. He also went to Stanford, where Luck came from, so that's kind of another connection. But the Broncos are picking 23rd or something like that. So they aren't going to be picking for a while. They probably won't. I don't think they're going to move up.
Did the Giants win this last season?
Yeah,
Is
the
that
Giants won the Super Bowl. I think the most interesting team this year is the Cleveland Browns because they're picking at 4. They have a ton of needs, and they're definitely way more than one player away. So it'd be interesting to see if they can trade out of there and get more picks and try and turn their franchise around in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL, in the AFC North.
right? Yeah. Cool. I can't say I'm a huge football fan, but I do enjoy watching the occasional game or when it gets down to the end of it,
I
like the
fucking love
Super
football.
Bowls and such. But I'm all about the hockey, man. It's been pretty fucking tough to be a hockey fan right now. But we'll find ways to win tomorrow.
I don't think I want to
And,
watch any more NFL games unless I can PVR through all the fucking commercials because
There is
the
a lot,
ratio
eh?
of commercials to football is so fucking skewed now.
Like a quarter.
At
Of-
least
of the-
like a
yeah.
football game is 3 hours,
And there's like an hour of commercials.
and yeah, at least.
I don't know if I've
Way
sat
more
through a full
commercials in
football
football
game
than
since
hockey.
like the Super Bowl. So
How long are quarters?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15, right? So
But the thing about football is like the clock only keeps running if they run the ball or
Yeah.
keep it in bounds, right?
Yeah.
So it's usually like the clock is stopped.
Oh no, yeah, games last way longer. And the last 2 minutes of each half always take forever.
Yeah.
have you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 in a while, Fudge? There.
No, but I have most of it committed to memory.
We were saying we watched.
Yeah, we
some
were
of that
watching
on
that,
YouTube.
and it
And Casey Jones stepped in. That's pretty rad. And we were deciding how to do a Photoshop of
Jose Canseco bet.
Casey and Jose doing a cooking show called Cooking with
Jose
Casey.
Canseco.
You don't remember that scene when Raphael takes his bat? He's like Jose Canseco bet, and then he gets hit into the garbage can by Casey with the cricket bat.
Oh man,
No, I don't remember that.
Like, hole in one. He might hit him with
Hole in
a
one,
a
yeah.
9-iron, I think.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucked up to think of a guy carrying around a golf club to dispense his brand of vigilante justice on people. Like, that's a serious
Or a
blunt
hockey
instrument.
stick.
Or a baseball bat. Well, baseball bat's definitely more traditional.
And,
but I mean,
and like a hockey mask.
like swinging a piece of wood at someone for like whatever you perceive to be an infraction of the law is pretty fucking serious. Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
It's Casey Jones.
If only New York had. Well, New York seems pretty safe now, but I think the world could use a lot more vigilantes along
The
the
best
lines
is
of
like
Casey
Shredder's
Jones.
lair there. He's got fucking all these. He's got like, oh, I got all these TVs. He's just got this warehouse filled with like fucking
endless
TVs
supply
and
of
stolen shit.
VCRs as far
Yeah.
as the eye
Like,
can
He had a
see.
lot of swag.
It was his fife, you know. He's like, oh, okay, you take some TVs. Sell
Can
that
you
shit.
imagine the Foot Clan after the first year DVD players come out and this
Try and give
huge
them that
fucking
shit.
warehouse of VCRs becomes completely worthless?
Yeah, Buddy just bought him for a smoking deal. and
Shredder
he's
goes
like, wait a
He
bankrupt.
minute.
didn't buy him, he stole them.
Yeah, they were stolen.
Oh yeah, right. But were they
It's like, yeah,
VHS?
2 VCRs for the price of
And
one.
Betamax, probably.
It's okay. Shredder had a tie-in with Domino's, so
And they had
he
tons.
shredded the cheese.
You
on
remember
that
all the
motherfucking
cigarettes
pizza
they
man.
had in that warehouse,
He used
and
to
the
say- he used to
skateboarding
say
ramps,
piece of
and
shit.
the
There were a lot of-
arcades they had in that ramp?
there were a lot of
that was a
cigarettes.
fucking awesome hideout.
Yeah,
That was
cool.
a sweet piece
That
of waterfront real estate too. I don't know how they scored that.
I think that was what was inspired Fight Club.
the Foot Clan's base.
Yeah.
Was the base and the
Yeah.
sort of standing
Well,
army
it's
of
like
thugs.
the Foot Clan base, except without the skate ramps, illegal swag, card games.
No,
like
it's like a
kids,
standing
kids
army.
were also playing poker there. I love that. There's so much gambling
was there
and,
ga-
and,
was-
sm- and underage
I remember
smoking.
arcades. I remember
smoking
arcades
and drug use. Yeah, they were getting into
and
it.
like badass
And
pizza
t-
styles.
bad
Danny, the
t-shirts.
red-haired pussy that like stole his dad's money and like joined the Foot
Mm.
Clan.
So bad.
Fuck you, Dad.
then
so
becomes the
bad.
middle.
You never loved me,
Splinter
so
and
I'm
the group.
joining the Foot Clan. I get all the smokes I want.
I actually thought they did a good job with the Foot Clan in number one. They were just really simple
I
costumes, like
Loved
ninja
that
outfits
fucking movie,
with
man.
the little like fencing
Bug
eyes.
eye thing.
Yeah.
lower your eyes to an enemy.
Yeah, I want to take samples from that fucking
Tatsu?
when Splinter's giving the turtles like the speech from the fire where he's like the premonition.
baby
And so you will go. Yeah. You
So
will
bad.
kill for
So bad. So
Splinter.
bad.
He's a man. And they've got him like
I love
Splinter's like
love
fucking
the scene where
hanging
they
out
crash
like
April's
Jesus.
place and they beat the shit out of who is it? Is it Donnie? Who gets the shit kicked out until his shell is soft?
Oh, it's Raphael.
And he's sitting in the tub
Raph,
all
yeah.
fucked
Oh
up.
yeah, that's
Raph
right.
takes a beating.
Yeah, he
Raph-
gets
Raph
he
gets
gets in
hurt.
an argument with Leo or something like that and goes to
Yeah,
the roof
goes
and he
for a
gets
walk.
jumped.
Isn't he
It's
like
his-
the
yeah, basically
the heaviest Guido accent too, Raphael?
Cool
Like,
but rude was Raphael's connotation.
cool but rude. Yeah, he was.
He wasn't really cool. He was kind of hot-headed.
Yeah, he
I
got
always
angry.
thought he was kind of.
They
like,
needed
yeah,
something to
angry.
rhyme with party dude.
Raphael. Size.
But
I mean,
that was-
he's
They
got
did-
the
they did
shittiest of the
Party
weapons.
Dude
They
was
though.
the
just
other
found an
guy.
easy way to typecast him. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'd rather have Donatello's
The
fucking
bow?
butt. Yeah.
Splinter only had 3 cool weapons and a
Not
broomstick
Splinter,
that he had
a
nothing
stick.
better to do with. And he's like,
Raphael, dog.
oh yeah, wrap it in tape. It's a bow staff, Donatello. Like, fuck out of here, man. Donatello was
Dude,
the
he-
shittiest and most useless of the Ninja Turtles now. Like, if
No
you were to
way,
take
man.
the Ninja Turtles and
Dude, he was their brains.
Donatello
He was the
does
brains,
machines,
yeah.
what the fuck does that
Yeah,
mean?
if,
That he
if they didn't
fucks
have
them?
Donatello, they just like
The
walk
internet
into
totally
traps and get
shit on
fucking killed by
Donatello's
Shredder
role
and
within the
Shrek.
Ninja Turtles because they don't need him anymore.
No.
Like how to do machines by
Dude,
YouTube. Like,
it's-
all
I can
right,
network
the
your
Ninja
computers.
Turtles don't
thanks
exist.
Donatello. Put your little broomstick away. Actually, you know
He's like
what?
an IT guy.
Bro, Donatello,
Yeah.
why don't you hang out at the Ninja Turtle lair, sweep the place up with your broom, and
He's like Rick Moranis
you know,
in
why don't you
Ghostbusters.
defragment the hard drive on our computer while you're at it, you fucking loser?
Yeah, run a malware test.
Us 3 guys with real weapons, we're gonna go fight
We're gonna
crime
go kick
and eat
ass.
pizza
Donatello's gonna do
and
it.
fuck April O'Neil.
Skateboard.
I read a fanfic about. I found out to Ninja Turtles website that it was all about fanfic, and it was all about April fucking the Ninja Turtles. It was fucked up and hilarious.
One at a time.
There's a couple
Fanfic?
gangbangs with April in it. I read a bunch of them. Man.
Wow. So they got clever and actually attacked all at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah,
They never do that
They
in those
improved their
movies.
tactics.
They never.
yeah. Hey, it's 30-on-4, but why don't we just fight 1-on-1? You know?
That's right.
Yeah, fellow chucker, huh?
They don't
Fair.
fight dirty. They fight fair.
Quite fair. It's the Bushido way.
It's a code. Yeah. Yeah. Fight
But
fair
yeah, but
and
why
then-
don't the Foot Clan at all times just gang jump on the turtles and just kick and punch them, or
Nope.
even just pile on and suffocate them?
Because they'll turtle up and then you won't be.
They
They
need
won't
to,
be able to
whatever.
get 'em.
Piss,
Yeah,
it-
no, they
piss
never
in the holes
actually
till they
turtled
stick
up.
their heads and bodies out. No half-human turtle is gonna let himself get pissed on by a dozen dudes.
No, that's
You're gonna
true.
fight at that point.
Turtle shower.
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
Nice.
And if the turtles went turtled up, they could just fucking bundle the turtles into their van or whatever the Foot Clan rolls in, and just abduct the
Foot-
they could
the Foot
abduct the shit
Clan's
out
like-
of them.
Using like U-Hauls.
Yeah.
There's like, fuck, throw them in the
We've
back.
got lots of smokes,
Chuck 'em
but
in.
other
They're-
than that,
we
we
got
are
room
not
beside
well
the-
equipped.
Well, they're full of all the stolen TVs and VCRs too, right? So they got to throw them in there with.
Guys, we can only fit 4 of you in the back of our van. We got a lot of VCRs right now, and we can't really get rid of them. They're still worth a little bit of
Just
money.
drag
One of you
Raphael
can't
behind the
come.
van. It's okay.
Guys, we
Donatello.
need a much better revenue stream than these VCRs. We're really running low on
We're
profits
backlogged
here.
here.
No, they have the pickpocket, but they're really inefficient because like they had like 20
You had to
henchmen
change
out
like
there, and
14 hands
the
before
same
it got
wallet
to
went to like
shredder.
8 hands when it could have just gone to
It's
2.
extremely inefficient.
It was.
Yeah.
But really,
You could have
covert,
really just had
very
the
covert.
pickpockets dump it into one guy in his van, and then he
Yep.
would go, do his
Yeah.
route, and pick up all the pickpockets.
No, it was a
earners.
very intricate system.
The thing with
It was
pickpocketing is
delicate.
it's really unreliable. Like, how can you really trust a man whose profession is thieving to give you the 100% of his cut?
It's not going to happen. That would be the thieves' code, code of the thieves.
Yeah, I
yeah, I
mean,
would love a beer.
the Foot Clan is just not. It doesn't really stand up as I grew older. I mean, like there's gangs that are much more effectively run than the Foot Clan.
Like mafias.
Yeah, not Tony Soprano, mind you, because I mean, if the dudes from The Wire were investigating him, they would have busted him within like the first season of him talking on his cell phone about killing people.
That wouldn't make for very good TV, though, would it? Soprano gets busted in like the first episode. I've never actually watched that series.
I
Sopranos?
kind of wanted to go back and watch the first season,
Been a long time.
but The Wire ruined The Sopranos for me because after I watched that and I was like, wow, like it
You're
doesn't.
saying it's not very
It
realistic.
doesn't take
really.
a whole lot for police to get surveillance on someone, or like a warrant to get like a cell phone or a wiretap on
Mhm,
someone,
and acquire.
They could have easily
The
busted
evidence.
and
Tony
yeah,
before,
and,
is what you're
and
saying.
Tony talks about murdering people on the phone,
Right.
and like
right.
his
kind of-
illegal racketeering and shit. So it's just it's definitely not like very cautious. But then
Yeah.
again, like if you were a mafia don, I thought about this, and you had the kind of resources he did, it would be extremely within his realm to have the power to bribe
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's bribing,
federal agents and then be aware of what kind of surveillance was on him.
Yeah.
But there was
Usually,
there was
that's
like
right.
an
That's
episode
absolutely
where like
true,
they
yeah.
went on his house, on like they dressed up as like a security company, like Brinks or whatever, to like install an alarm. And they broke in and they put a bug illegally in his
Right,
house.
right.
I don't know if it was legally or not, but yeah, I don't think he found out about that till like way later on and said a bunch of
Oh,
incriminating
there was,
shit.
how many seasons was that?
I think there's 7 or 8.
Quite a few, yeah. Meadow Soprano.
But it seems very, just like all the gangster movies put into a TV series.
Well, it was like anything HBO, It's got all the sub storylines, There's Tony, but there's obviously all his boys. And
His
their
mom was such
families
a
are
great
there.
character. It seemed like a lot of people that I've like forums I've read and stuff like that. Not necessarily people I've talked to. I kind of want to say talk to when I'm talking about reading their posts for some reason, or interacted with them like that. Posts I've read, people like a lot of people have said like after his mom dies, like the show really kind of goes downhill just because the relationship Tony had with his mom was such a powerful element to the series.
Did his mom die in the show?
Yeah, she
or what?
died.
Right.
I think it's season 2.
Was she a good character too, though?
Yeah,
Well, the
she's
Italian
just an
mother, right?
awful,
That's the
evil
huge-
bitch,
Hmm.
and you wanted her to die the whole time.
Oh yeah.
because she was so good at playing that role. But
Right.
after
Well, if
she,
you're half Italian, is your mom Italian? Or your dad?
Yeah.
Your
my
mom is
My
Italian.
mom.
So you're in the same Italian mother household.
born in
Is
Italy,
there-
She was, yeah.
Cool.
So is there like are they very is your mom, was she like really like
No,
strong and
No,
Catholic.
she was Catholic, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. But not like I was raised Catholic.
she
I
really
guess,
into
but,
saints and
uh,
everything.
No,
No?
no, she's not very religious. Her parents were definitely way
So
more
have you been
Catholic.
back to Italy?
What's that?
Have you been back to Italy?
Yeah, it's last summer.
Oh, nice. Where
Yeah.
were you there?
Rome.
Are the girls easy?
And what?
Are the girls easy?
Were the girls easy?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't say that. I actually meant more like travelers,
Yeah.
Really?
as you do when
Yeah.
you're traveling, you know?
Yeah.
You tend to meet other travelers.
Romans are they quite like arrogant and stuff like that? Is this true or?
No, I wouldn't say that, though there's a bit of a language barrier.
Right. Okay. It's hard to communicate.
Yeah. 'Cause we didn't stay in Rome. We moved around, but
Such history there. That'd be fucking awesome to see.
it's very cool. It's an interesting country. I wish I'd like to go back for sure. It was kind of like a brief.
Is there any buzzing in your
Tour.
guys' headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Just started to.
Now what happened?
I don't know. I'll probably kick something loose. Hold on. So yeah, you're telling us a little bit about Italy here. This, this trip you had.
The girls were beautiful, but I would say that Croatia was
Croatia, nice.
prettier women.
Probably
Yeah.
a lot cheaper too, right?
Croatia was like the Mexico of Europe, like
Awesome.
dirt cheap. It's not actually part of the EU, so it has its own currency or whatever.
What-
But
what is it
it's very
called?
much still European.
Did you go to Zagreb?
No, I did not.
You were in some like.
I was on
beach
like
area,
an island. Yeah, it was sort of like a beach resort area on island, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Ka or something like that. Can't
How long
remember
were you
the
there?
name
Just
of
like
it.
a week or
That language is even I was more foreign. Like
Croatian,
holy
yeah.
shit, fucking
What do they speak
Did
over
not.
there? Is it Croat?
Croatian,
Croat.
yeah. But there's like it used to be
Croatian?
Yugoslavia, which is like a
Ah.
larger
Right.
country, and
Yeah, Yugoslavia is like Serbia, Croatia,
and now that's right. Now it's, and they
Montenegro,
all have different
Bosnia.
languages though. They all
Serbia.
speak a different language, and they all actually understand each other. Like a lot of them are like fluent in
Right.
several languages.
Well,
That's
they're
probably
all,
like-
they're all Slavic, right?
They are all. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
right. That's right. They're all based
rooted
on
in the
one.
same place.
Yeah. One Serbio-Slavic.
I
or I
had-
can't
I
remember
like-
what it's called.
I mean, like when the breakup of Yugoslavia and the conflict there. I mean, we're all really young when that happened. It
Mhm.
wasn't until I went back and read
Yeah,
about it,
that's
just like how brutal it was in terms of like the ethnic cleansing in Kosovo and just like the level of violence and corruption
pretty-
within government.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I love like reading about conflicts like that shit.
Well, it's stuff that a lot of us
Yeah,
are
I was
sheltered from
lucky.
too
My
by our
godparents have a
when we were
place
kids,
there.
yeah.
They're from Yugoslavia,
And that's what
Really?
we should be
Yeah.
doing.
so they have like a place there, and they spend their summers there.
In
It's
Croatia?
in Croatia now. Yeah,
That's
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Croatia's got a really weird shape to
so-
it. Like it
It is.
dominates
It's,
the like
it's
the
a huge
coastline
amount of the
Adriatic.
coastline, and then it kind of
Like
like
a sliver
shoots
of
in.
the-
That's
yep.
right. It goes inland a bit.
So it's mostly all by the water.
So it got all the water. It got all the prime
Sounds like a
real
great
estate.
Yeah,
place.
what's
actually.
right beside it? Is it Bosnia or Herzegovina?
Serbia is right beside it. I can't remember the
Serbia is
the
big. It's
exact
most of
world,
Yugoslavia,
the layout.
and then Montenegro is on like the southern tip of it, I think, and then the west coast of it is Croatia, and then
And then-
east of it I think is Kosovo and
Turkey or something, isn't there? Turkey
yeah,
around there
Turkey.
too?
Turkey's on the southern border.
Turkey.
Turkey looks like it'd be a really cool place to go to because
Yeah.
it's an Arab country, but it's really as far as what Arab
Westernized.
countries goes, yeah, it's very progressively Western. So
were
there's
there,
you're,
were you?
no, I was only in Portugal.
Oh, Portugal.
But
right.
you're allowed to drink alcohol and you're
Nice.
still yeah, like 'cause it'd be really shitty to go to a country where you're not allowed to get drunk.
It's like
I guess you could smoke hash in the street, which would be cool, but nothing beats having some drinks.
well,
when
in,
you're when you're
in,
traveling.
like Dubai and stuff. My buddy Steve was telling me that you got to have like a card so you can drink there to like legitimize it to the cops.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it sounded really kind of.
yeah. It's a
A
really
card,
it's
did
a
you
really
say?
Yeah, it's like
restrictive
a
government there.
license for drinking.
I listened to an episode of Talking Shit where Eddie Ift was talking about doing a set there, and he said that there were like secret police there that were making sure that he didn't say anything negative about the government or about Islam in general. So it's pretty repressive.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And there's you hear all these stories about them importing foreign workers from like India and Africa. And when they get in the country, they take their visas and they pay them less than what it costs to live there, so they're more or less slaves.
Right.
And they give
Indentured
them,
laborers.
yeah, they give them like really subpar living conditions and terrible wages, so they can't really afford to get home if they want to quit.
Yeah.
Well, Croatia was weird. It was kind of like militaristic almost.
Yeah.
Like it was not repressed. It was very European. Like we went to a club. I went to a club with like friends, and they brought some like their kids' friends, and they were like 16
Armed
and,
with
and
guns?
13. No, we brought like a 16-year-old and 13-year-old into a club.
With guns.
Yeah.
No guns, no guns, and we would like they were fine, like no problems.
Yeah.
And this was like 919.
Are they
Like,
serving
this
them
was
booze
like
inside and everything?
No,
Like,
no. Although I got the 16-year-old drinks,
yeah.
I was like, you're getting drunk for sure.
Yeah.
But the little girl, she just sort of danced on the floor and
Yeah.
had fun, and no one gave a shit.
Wow.
But at the same time, if kids like under the age of 18 are caught by police like outside after like 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Spanking.
You actually get demerits.
A
You get
fine.
like
Reprimanded.
you get not a fine, but if you get caught a certain amount of times,
3 strikes
you
and
can
you're
get
out.
you can get reprimanded
To the
or
gulags with ya.
fined, or it can affect your resume.
Oh, really?
It ends up being on your jacket basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary in some ways. In some ways, it's very liberal, and in other ways, not at all.
Yeah.
Like kids can't be out at night, kind of.
11 o'clock curfew.
Yeah, 11 o'clock curfew for anyone under the age of 18.
And then after 18, just fucking.
Then
party
after the
as
18,
late
it
as
doesn't
you
matter.
want,
Yeah,
right?
basically, then it's game on.
Yeah.
Makes it
dunno.
more fun to stay out that way.
Definitely.
Totally. But they were fucking scared shitless. When we got out of the club and we were kind of like walking in like the dark, they saw a cop car. They freaked out. These two, like they like really were scared,
Yeah.
genuinely scared, and like hid behind us.
Wow.
And we were like, "What?" I didn't understand what was going on.
Is it really difficult to get a job
I
there?
didn't know it was. I'm not sure about that.
So like I mean,
Yes,
like,
yes.
getting
No,
reprimands
the economy
actually
is
has,
pretty
like, a
awful.
real
The
impact.
economy is like really bad.
Yeah.
I can
Like
say
a
that
lot of
safely.
EU
Say the
right
Croatian
now.
economy is probably not. Is
What-
not.
did it like fully recover
doing
after
great.
like the war, or is it still more or less kind of getting itself together?
I
'Cause
think
I mean,
it's
it's been
still
independent
getting
for
together.
I mean, how long? Like 15 or 16 years since the breakup of Yugoslavia.
Yeah, probably about that. 10, 15 years. It's
Enough
not
time.
doing amazing, which is
I
why
bet,
it's
I bet,
cheap
I bet
there.
it's just rife with corruption, just like most of the other.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably could be.
Balkan
Could be that.
states.
That I'm not sure at all.
This book I really like. It's called Mafia. It talks about Montenegro during the mid '90s when I think right before the breakup of Yugoslavia and Serbia started doing all kinds of crazy shit, and the president there, in order to avoid trying to ask Slobodan Milosevic for assistance, he made some alliances with criminal elements, and then imported cigarettes into Europe, and then smuggled them into the EU, and made like I think he claimed he was making upwards of $30 million a year on these tax-free
Wow.
cigarettes he'd import because Europe had like a couple of free trade zones where you could import shit to, and then smuggle them out and sell them for cheap at countries that had like high tax on them, and you could sell them for like in Britain I guess cigarettes are the same as here, and you could sell like a pack of smokes for
Well,
five.
sorry,
$5.
what was this guy's name again?
The author of the book
Yeah.
or the president?
The author of the book.
Misha Glenny.
Okay.
He's got some talks. He does a TED talk that's about McMafia that came out a couple of years ago, and then he's done another one that's
What was
about
that? McMafia?
McMafia. Yeah, it's called
That's-
McMafia because it's all about
it's
like the
kinda like
globalization
corporate
of crime.
Mafia. Oh.
It talks about how the collapse of the Soviet Union and deregularization. There we go, of Eastern European markets. Just because it all happened so fast, it wasn't regulated, so the opportunity for criminals and legitimate
Right. It
businessmen.
created a big void.
Yeah, there's this
that
real gray
criminals-
area because
yeah.
there wasn't like a real kind of racketeering law like there was like there is in North America. So organized crime or like businesses and organized crime would be like one of the same. Like a loan shark would also be like a car dealer or like
Okay.
a restaurant owner.
Right. Any,
Not to say
any
that they
good
aren't
businessman
here, but I'm
could
saying
be a loan shark then.
Yeah, I'm saying like
It's
it
just
wasn't
another way to make
legal.
money.
Yeah.
Make money.
Right.
Make money. Money.
So
money.
it bred a lot of sort of criminal behavior.
Yeah, so it
Sort of that gray area.
starts out talking about Bulgaria as a major transit point
Criminal.
for smuggling heroin and women into Western Europe, and then smuggling like weapons from Western Europe into like Africa and the Soviet Union. And then it goes on to
Right.
like talk about Israel as a major transit point for women going into Africa. It talks about the cocaine trade in South America. Talks about fraud. It's really, really good. It's a really interesting book.
I like Ted. Ted's a great, whatever it is, entity, organization.
Yeah, it's probably the most responsible use we have for the internet.
Yeah, it could be true. Good old Ted.
I saw this. I think the video is called "Hedonistic Architecture," and it's all about sustainable buildings. And it talks about this waste treatment plant in Copenhagen that's made out of 100% recycled materials. And in the winter, it functions as a man-made ski hill.
Sweet.
Actually, we watched this
Awesome.
video a while ago. It was really cool.
Awesome.
And it made me think, like, I mean, in Victoria, we're in desperate need of a waste management facility because we're still
Yeah.
dumping our raw sewage
Yeah.
into the Strait of
that's pretty
Juan de Fuca. So
nasty.
What was the project called that they had done? Where they
on
used-
TED,
Yeah.
hedonistic architecture. So it'd be cool if we could, take a cue from them and try and come up with our own sort of sustainable building that also functions as a revenue stream and is made out of, recycled materials.
Yeah, Victoria's pretty behind on environmental favors
I think
to
we're
the world.
I think we're the
the
biggest.
dumping
That's it.
fucking
Hedonistic
sewage.
sustainability. It's a long video. It's kind of too long to browse through, but it's definitely worth checking out. He actually there's projects they've actually installed or built as well as this waste treatment plant that they kind of combine commercial and residential buildings, and they're all terraced, so they all have gardens and
Could
they
work
all
well in
grow their own
Vancouver.
food. Yeah, I mean it'd be really interesting. Vancouver would have the climate to support something like that.
Yeah. People growing their own gardens on the roofs
And I think, buildings just look so much better when they have green
Greenery.
plants on them,
Yeah.
And it's,
Definitely.
and if you're going to have plants, why not make it food?
That's just crazy talk.
bring that radius. Bring that
That's
radius in.
nonsensical left-wing banter,
Well,
and
I
I
mean,
won't have it.
How
You gotta
close
think
you
about,
gotta
like, I
go to
mean,
get your
if
produce?
Even if you have a small
No more
garden,
bullshit.
you're probably still like taking whatever, let's say like $75 out of your grocery bill a year. And like whatever, even though it's like a month of phone bills, like it's still food that you're growing and you're eating, and like you haven't put any kind of fucked up shit in it. And
What about all the car exhaust? What the nastiness that's there?
if you're growing your own food, there's no exhaust. You're not burning any oil to
Well, I mean,
produce
like
the food.
but being in a city is there's lots of pollutants just in the atmosphere alone. It's
You
it's
c-
like
you-
it's
you
not
could-
ideal to grow a crop in the middle of a city. You know,
You
what I mean?
could grow it. You could. There's these things called window farms. They're like little hydroponic gardens you can put in your own inside and grow food year
Right,
round.
right.
I did a paper on them actually. It would probably be better than the paper I turned in for my English final last week. That
Ouch.
when I wrote it,
What
I,
was your paper on last week?
Canadian economic sanctions.
Oh,
And we had
sounds so
yeah,
boring.
It was terrible. We had like a word count of
Don't you love those
1,800.
ones?
We had to hit 1,800. The first draft I wrote 1,100.
Yeah.
Had to go back and like
Fill it out a bit.
beef it up with a bunch of useless
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
I had used up we got 9 sightings we could use, and I used all of them up in my first paper, and had to I was like, okay, I can really only use
Flush it out.
yeah,
Flush it
I can
out.
only use general information that we already know. So it was like historical stuff that's
Yeah.
you
Or
don't
you
need to
just-
cite it because it's done, right?
Yeah. But no, you have to do it to meet your word count. So fill it.
Yeah, I was almost like, fuck it, 1,100, 1,800, whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of buckled down and finished it.
Get her done. Do you ever listen? Did you guys, when you're writing papers, ever have like a soundtrack or like, throw on a mix of any sort? I remember I used to throw on like essential
No.
mixes or something
Just to write your papers
to
too?
write my papers.
No,
too.
I presented
I
my
would
communications
just
final
scramble.
project to the Spin Doctors. I played 2 princes while I did my presentation. and
Informa.
no. I fucking killed it though. I didn't look at my mark, but I'm sure I got a high one. And even if I didn't, I don't give a shit because as long as I get the credits, it's all good.
It's all about the credit.
It's all about credit, extra credit.
No, I was a procrastinator, but I never listened to music. I kind of just
Oh, I
sat in
procrastinated
front of
like
a screen and
fuck.
typed like crazy for like 4 hours until
What'd you get your degree in, Mark?
4 in the morning. Theater.
Theatra.
Theater.
Hey,
Almost did theater history.
I'm glad
But I
you
didn't.
made that better choice there.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I did a whole bunch
it's
of,
good
like,
to know theater
philosophy
history,
and-
sure, but I think that knowing the
I
practical
love
side
getting
is
out of the
awesome
the-
too.
Yeah, I realized right away the practical
Yeah.
side was going to make me money.
Mm-hmm.
The art was fun, but it's a hard job. It's a hard living being like an actor or a director or
Yeah.
a writer.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's a
Not easy to make
rewarding one
money,
though. I
yeah.
mean, if you're
Yeah.
making money doing what creatively fulfills you, then I think you got a real head start. This is the building I'm talking about. They have like
That
a
reminds me of that candy.
they have like a cycling path around the whole thing too, so you can ride in an endless loop around this thing as long as you want.
I can just picture
That's
people getting
amazing.
smoked in the middle.
This is legit photos.
As opposed to illegit.
Too legit.
So this place is already built, or is this
Yeah,
like
it's
a?
already built. It's
yeah.
in I think it's in Denmark.
Wow.
It's quite big.
Huge.
But it's cool. I mean, like, I like this idea. Like, if you're gonna live in an apartment, why not live in an apartment that has like
This
a
is quite
grocery
nice-
store and
this is
some
quite a
stores
nice-
in it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
places you can go to
self-
eat. You know,
All
and
involved.
it looks cool.
it does look kind of cool.
It
It's
looks
quite
like it was built for
interesting architecture.
Minecraft. Just in that last shot.
I've never played Minecraft.
I've only watched
I'm
Hobie.
stoked that the console's
this.
coming out.
Are you gonna buy it for PS3?
Probably.
They're making it for
It's
PS3.
got two
Do
two
you think
players
are-
local.
Are they built? Are they
That's cool.
making it as like a download you can buy, or
I
are
don't
they
know.
making
I
it
think
as
yeah. I
like
think
a,
it'll be on the PlayStation Network or on the Xbox, whatever
Xbox Live
Live.
For
Yeah.
$30.
I don't know. Yeah,
Probably
probably
not,
about
man.
that. Probably about $30.
The
Maybe
thing is
less.
with video games now is there's no way companies can still get away with charging you $60 for a console game where you can get like a game on your iPhone that's still like really fun for $1.
Well, they do.
You know, I mean, like for some games, like
They do.
I didn't mind shelling out like $60 to play Skyrim because that was fun, and you know, I'll still
Yeah, but-
shell out money for the next Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, exactly. That one's going to be another $60.
And I was thinking that I might even try to play the new Assassin's Creed, but by and far,
Right.
like I'm like $60 and up. Like I'd rather go do something fun. Like
Yeah.
I can't justify like spending that money on a video game
I probably
when
will.
I could be just as happy buying like a you know like a used one or something like that.
Yeah, used is good, but
Yeah.
like the GTA, I'll probably get that one new.
Oh fuck yeah, I won't be able to wait
and
to
and
play
it-
that.
even the
I need
used,
that.
Even the used version of that's going to only be like a $5 discount for the first month or two.
Yeah, probably.
5-finger discount.
5-finger discount's the best way.
I wonder how many kids are bold enough to just
Steal shit.
snatch and run. Actually, you can't do that at EB Games because they keep all the CDs behind
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
the
that's right.
counter.
If you walk
Some
away with a
things,
box, you walk
not-
away with a box.
Not everything.
I
You
got
still
your
get busted.
instructions, bitch.
Yeah.
Come get them.
I know how to do the special moves.
'Cause I think some of the computer games in the back are like sealed.
I wonder if
sealed
anybody
games.
tries to hustle at EB Games, like you know, like they play NHL 1-on-1. Like, yeah, bet you $5, I'll kick your ass.
I'll meet you at EB Games 2:30, right after class.
No, I don't mean like calling people out like a fight. I mean like trying to like play people for money.
Trying to play people
Yeah,
to get
no, totally. It'd be
free
like
shit.
$20 on the line. It's a lot when you're a kid, man.
Did
That'd be a good
I only
promo.
went to the back porch at Oak Bay High. The back porch is this
Oh,
like
yeah.
you could go. It was like this
The youth
portable by the school, and you can go there after school or during
some
recess and play
pool.
some like Sega TV or some pool or whatever. And it was like this kind of
Oh,
like
yeah?
social
Little
hangout.
Hangout.
Hang out here. Don't get high.
I wonder. Yeah, you
Hmm.
definitely couldn't get high there. I
Back
just
to
wonder.
back, okay.
I didn't know anyone that tried to hustle there. Did you?
I think maybe like B and Hamish may have back in the day. They may have
Also,
been
like cigarettes and
running
drugs.
cigarettes.
No,
probably,
like
or-
play people for money in pool and,
Right,
and video
right.
games and stuff.
Play
So there
for-
was a pool table.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
and
That's
like some
awesome.
couches, and you could go and hang out with Ope Rec teens.
It's a place where you can
You make it
ideas
sound
can
so
hang out,
bad.
and do whatever.
Yeah.
no,
Make it sound so bad.
it was kind of sweet.
I'm sure there were kids who probably hung out there.
Oh, the fucking rejects that didn't have friends to hang out with in the
Boosh.
school.
Obviously, that's what's there. To provide
Wasn't
an
it
area
open
for them
during
to make
school hours
friends.
sometimes though?
Yeah, it was open at recess
Was it okay?
or lunch. I guess there was no
Lunchtime,
recess in
yeah.
high school.
No.
Yeah, cool kids went there for lunch.
No fucking recess in high school.
Cool kids who played pool for money every day, like Hamish. And
I
me.
wasted
Like
so
Paul
much
Newman.
time not learning at school. I probably would have benefited from like getting better at playing pool and hustling people.
Could have. You could have made some
Dude,
real
didn't you
money
have a
on
pool
that.
table in your basement?
Yeah, man. I was.
So you didn't need really to learn how to play and hustle people there.
No,
You-
I didn't need to learn
That
how
would
to
be your
play.
venue,
You should
though.
have learned how to
But
hustle.
I couldn't make any money playing myself
Well,
at my table at home.
didn't you?
It's
Ever,
true.
you never had any money matches while you had the pool table?
Yeah, me and my friend Matt would play for money at the Peacock, but you know, like maybe like I think $20 was the most we played on.
Yeah.
And I won, bitch.
There's lots of different pool gambling.
Oh,
There's
that
lots of
felt
different
good.
gambling games.
It
with
felt
pool.
so
You play
good.
3-ball. That's a tough one.
Just harassing your friends about taking their money by beating them feels great.
Such a good
Sink that eight
feeling.
ball and you're in heaven.
We played Big 2 for money.
Oh,
Right in
That
yo
was,
ear.
that was our hustling game.
that's gross, man.
It wasn't bad.
That was
was
Big
dry.
2.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's like a 20-minute
Yeah,
interactive
dude,
video
it gets
here.
expensive. That last video they show you, it talks about having like an integrated power grid and a transit system in Denmark and Sweden.
That's fucking amazing. And
well, like if you listen to it, it talks about how much power like they save in terms of usage, and then he
Yeah,
talks
It's
about
probably pretty
CO2
incredible.
emission.
but I wonder how expensive these, like how practical a lot of this stuff is.
Well, you got to think
who
about
knows?
like expensive to build, but in terms of like their emissions and the energy you save,
The long term,
Yeah.
the sort of
Long-term
overall
benefits.
benefit of building something like this.
and I mean like there's a lot of research that's going into all of these. So I mean like all of the projects they've built seem to be really successful so far. The last thing they talk about is like rebuilding a really cool looking apartment building where it's like in front of like an existing structure. Like I think it's like the equivalent of a heritage building. So what they do is they like build this architecture up and then they shear off one side of it to allow like light and a view to still exist to this building. And instead, like the building has this really cool shape now, and they've done the same thing and they've terraced the whole thing and put
But
like
like part
plants
of
on it.
it's still old or whatever. It's
No,
like an
it's
old
a
building.
new building, but they
Oh,
built
okay.
this new building in front of the old building.
Right.
So they're
Right.
built. They're
Okay.
Have you guys seen this TV that Samsung has come out with? It's like actually a window as well. It's like it could be like it's
Yeah,
put in
it
as a
looks
window
really cool.
in your
You
house.
can
So
use it. It's
it
transparent.
has
or
natural.
whatever.
It'll give you
Yeah, it's a
natural light,
transparent TV.
transparent window TV. It's crazy.
It's
but
fucking
like
sweet.
it's like acts as a window, or it just
No, it's like-
projects
it's a
light.
transparent piece of glass,
Right. Okay.
that will
okay,
darken
that
when you turn
darken-
your TV
Huh.
on.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's awesome.
I think
It's
you
pretty
can
And
have
so
crazy.
it's like something for like a place like.
I
that'd be
think you can
perfect
also
here.
have still images on it, and
If-
it doesn't
if that
burn into the
was-
screen, so you
right.
can have like a like a perpetually changing picture or something like that,
Huh.
or
Yeah,
like a digital
It's
picture
pretty
frame.
amazing.
It's nuts.
Probably insanely
I'd
expensive.
like to see
but
that.
Pretty
That's
cool.
Like,
Yeah, I wonder
That's
if they're in production
wave.
now and
I've
how
seen
much they
I've
cost.
seen a prototype model, but
I mean, I've seen windows that change. You know, they go like cloudy, or they can
it's like
go
the
from
Change the-
opaque to
change the tint.
transparent, depending on
There's
how.
another TED talk
whatever
that came out about a
they're
year
charged.
ago, and it talks about how I think it like the title something about free energy grid, but they have the scientist came up and he had this invention where you attached a membrane to a window, or maybe you made this window out of this material.
Yep.
But depending on the charge you ran through it, you could attract or repel heat,
Okay.
and the primary function was the practical function was to insulate your building, right? So if you could attract heat,
mhm.
spending way less on heating it itself.
Mhm.
And then he was saying what they can do with that heat is store it, convert it to energy, and then
Right.
beam it line of sight to other buildings.
Huh.
So they're basically
Shit.
saying what they can do with these windows is have buildings be completely independent on the power
Yeah.
grid. Like they
Yeah.
generate all their own power.
Provide their own power. That'd be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I love how this transparent smart window has its own like
It's all a touch
Venetian
screen.
blinds.
Crazy. That is very cool.
That's so cool.
It's only $10,000 for a test model now.
Oh, it's still test models?
Well, and it looks like they have some small ones. They might be
It's only
selling.
how much?
I don't know.
10 grand.
Probably more.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
that's like
only, but-
nothing.
Well, I guess if you got money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
exactly.
there's like TV. There's like $5,000 TV at like Future Shop. It's only
They don't
twice
even
that.
have the internet.
Yeah, this is fucking. This
Stupid.
is a fucking window TV.
What, you ain't got the internet, man? Also, what we're gonna see? Right.
I don't know why you'd ever want one of these, but they are cool.
You just got.
Yeah,
to
it
have
seems like, I mean, it's cool that you can interact with it, but
Yeah.
I mean, going up that close to a 50-inch TV can't really be good for your eyes. And
I don't know. Maybe it's
if
not
if you,
bad.
I don't know, it seems like a tablet is more functional than that TV,
Right.
just because it's you can
You can
take
carry it with
you. You
you,
can hold
yeah.
it in your hands when you interact with it.
This will definitely have applications. Lots of applications. It just turns computers into like anything glass almost. You can make like a counter computer.
Yeah. Do you guys ever see that? It's like a set of virtual turntables almost. But
Yeah,
there's a touch
yeah.
surface.
Oh, dude, go on your Facebook page and check out that link I sent you about the bike they turned into a MIDI controller.
Cool.
You guys are gonna love this shit, being audiophiles.
Do you know what it was called?
A bike
Or should I
that's a
just-
MIDI controller?
Yeah, dude,
What?
it's so cool.
That's pretty funny.
What website? io9.com, I think.
io9.com.
IO number 9.
Why would you ever want to do that?
I don't know. They just did it for the hell of it, but it's really cool. Or no, it was wired. Excuse me.
Wired. Okay.
Future is now.
Yeah, it was a trip. You got to scroll down a little bit. The watches they had in that article looked. Some of them were really nice too. Spending 10 grand. Oh, sorry, it was IO9. Spending upwards of 10 grand on a watch though is pretty baller, and a huge waste of cash.
Yep. That's probably even cheap. I bet you there's watches that are like 40 or 50 grand.
Oh yeah, some of the Rolex ones they had, they're like contact
100.
the retailer to get a price on it. We don't want to say we're Rolex. My grandpa,
if you
that
have
good.
to ask, it's too much.
yeah, my grandpa got me a Rolex once, a fake one from Mexico, I should say. Yeah, my grandpa gave me a Rolex, whatever. No, he gave me a fake one, and it was so shitty that it started winding backwards.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Mexican craftsmanship for you.
Was it nice? Was it light too? Super light.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Cheesy.
I don't know. I definitely sent you the link on Facebook. You can check that out.
Dinosaurs were surrounded by constant fires.
I like this website. I read. I own like my every morning I wake up, ESPN first, then NFL.com, Wired, IO9, Life Hacker, Kotaku.
That's your
That's-
daily
that's-
ritual.
that's my
and you're up to
daily
date. You're up to
infor-
date. You know
information
everything
routine.
you need
Dude,
to fucking know.
you are fudgy digital, man.
And then
That's pretty good.
You're
That's
hooked
a pretty good
into
list.
the
That's like a
digital world, and
well, just now I started actually reading real news. So
fuck real news.
that's been a good addition.
even in the 1870s, humans were obsessed with ridiculous photos of cats.
Oh yeah, I read this. This is kind of funny.
You were saying that they always land on their feet, right?
Yeah, there was an article. I think it was IO9. It said that because cats are originally arboreal animals, that means they live in trees. For you stupid idiots out there,
Arbor.
that they needed
Árboles.
to evolve the ability to fall from heights because
They're
trees,
jumping around in trees,
trees are up high. Stupid.
or like balconies and shit.
Idiot.
So they said that cats the terminal velocity cats fall at is significantly less than a lot of other things, especially humans.
Okay.
So it's not uncommon to see or hear of a cat falling out of like a 2 or 3 story window and not being
being
happened
really
here.
that
Hurt
poorly.
Mark's very
or
place.
I have
badly
witnessed
injured.
that now. I believe
Cat
that.
made it from
It
the
was
third
4
story.
stories. 4
Fourth
stories.
story.
It was 4 stories.
He's done
and,
it a
and it was
couple
the rail of
times.
the balcony. So it
He's
was
like
like 4
tempting
story
fate.
plus
He's
a
just
few
like
feet.
he knows he's got this fucking ideal. He's like, I'm gonna land on my feet. Doesn't fucking matter where I jump from.
I don't think so. I don't think he
And,
planned it. I don't
and-
think he wants to.
Well, I think he was
fall.
trying to get some sort of prize or something, right?
But he
It was
made
like-
it.
Get
He made
the
it.
fuck out of there.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he's done it 3 times.
Just
and
go
still
on
alive.
go on YouTube and search up bike MIDI controller. If you don't want to log in, or just Google MIDI controller bike, and that'll
Yeah,
probably
that
give you.
might.
Because the video I saw was hosted by the website, and I don't think it was a YouTube one.
All right, bike MIDI controller, eh? Google.
If you have Chrome, you can just search right in the bar. You don't need to go to Google or anything.
Oh, right here.
The
okay.
Chrome search, the address bar.
Thanks,
searches as a-
Donatello.
As a
Yeah.
see how-
Why don't you help network my computer?
see how useless Donatello is now? If I know more shit about the internet than him, then really he needs a breakout series where dude,
Donatello alone.
Donatello and another one of the mutants and a Perfect Strangers scenario. No, the Odd Couple.
Perfect Strangers. That was an awesome TV show.
With Balky?
I watched a lot of Perfect Strangers, but I was too young to really
liked that
remember a
one.
lot of it. It was Barky Bartokamus from the island of Mipos, and he was a shepherd.
Yes.
I didn't know Larry's deal, but Larry was just always such a
Larry was
He's
just
the New York
mad.
Jew.
he was a fucking
He was
prick.
upset.
Like why do I like Larry? I don't.
No one does.
I don't.
You like Balky because he's so innocent.
I think Balky was really good with the women too, because he was just really innocent, and they liked that.
he was.
He's hung like a horse too. Didn't you see the Balky?
Did you say hung like a horse or tongue like a horse?
hung like a horse? He's got
a big
Did you guys
tongue,
ever see the
man.
porn spin-offs on that show?
Perfect Strangers?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, it
Kinda
was
want
fucking
to.
hilarious, man.
It's in your messages.
Okay. Turntable rider is half bicycle, half DJ controller.
Awesome.
That's Pretty rad.
It's like a little kid's bike too. Turntable rider.
So he's got virtual DJ or something. He's a BMX pro rider.
And a DJ.
DJ Kyoto.
Kotaro.
And Baku's in there with him. He's making Turntable Rider the biggest decision challenge. It was not simply to make a device, but to attach it to a bicycle and make it a computer concept. How do you turn a MIDI controller and a
No,
bike?
they're saying that they didn't want to just add a machine to the bike. They wanted to make the bike into the controller itself.
Yeah.
So they've got
you
like
got to use the pedals. And
they've got like the brake
brakes.
pads do different shit. The wheels when they rotate do different shit. There's like the crossfader on the handlebars.
That looks rather intensive.
Yeah, it's cool. We should definitely link this on our page.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see this video. This is like the making of. The one I saw was them actually putting into use, but these are both really cool. Did you see, I guess, probably not. Hugh posted a link of home speakers that costed $200K.
Oh,
And I don't know if it was separate or combined, but there's a weight of over like 520 pounds
For a set of speakers?
for speakers.
Wow.
What does that say to you? That there's a huge fucking magnet in them?
yeah. There's a huge magnet in all speakers.
But like,
Oh, someone just bailed with this bike. Fail.
520 pounds. It's probably not one speaker.
Yeah.
One speaker, 520 pounds.
I don't know. There's like a pure beryllium core, and one of them is like the tweeter in it.
I don't.
I thought beryllium was
500
like
pounds,
a
but-
radioactive material at first, but it couldn't be.
No,
I think there might be a
I
radioactive
think-
isotope of it.
I
Maybe.
think it's just a metal. Well, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So like when the back wheel rotates, it plays the track.
Yeah.
And
That's
like
fucking-
depending on what the
that's
sensor
awesome.
picks up, different sounds happen.
What won't the Japanese come up with? This is amazing.
Is there nothing we can't learn when we look to the east?
That's right. See, they took their mastery of bushido and made wicked bikes that do tunes.